Monika, I love you so much.
I love you too, stupid dumb moron.
I probably should have picked a better name at the start. Damn it! Power's out. Better go check the breaker. What the fuck? Alright, that should do it. And now for some alone time with Monika. Oh shoot. Looks like the power going out with the game open really messed it up. Ugh, I wonder when the last time I saved was. Hopefully it was recently. Well, shit. Hey, what is going on, guys? Worst Trends here. I'm sure you've got two questions on your mind right now. One, what the hell is a Doki? And two, what the hell is a Doki literature? Club's pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure we're all familiar with dating sims, right? Some more than others. It's a kind of game where you get a bunch of virtual people and you choose who to date. You talk to them, charm them, and eventually become a couple. It's just like real life, except really sad. But Doki Doki Literature Club answers the question, what if dating sims were scary? And that is exactly what happens. One of the girls becomes aware that she's in a video game, and she loves you so much that she literally kills all of the other options, forcing you to be with her. You know, until you turn the game off. If you somehow don't know much about this game, even after how popular it's been, I highly recommend you go check it out. Despite its cutesy art style, it manages to be genuinely scary in multiple different ways. One of its methods is making you realize just how lonely you are. Monika, come back! My favorite part about DDLC has gotta be the characters. But now the game's completely done with and they all just die at the end, what the hell? I want to see more of these characters interacting like normal, as if they weren't just lines of code in a video game. I find these girls really interesting character-wise, and that's because of how well they're written. See, all of these characters are based on common dating sim tropes. There's the shy one, the energetic one, and then there's the one that's a fucking bitch, except they're not just lame tropes. These characters are expanded upon in ways that use those tropes as a base. It's really genius how the original game uses its characters. For example, on surface level, Sayori is just the silly, happy, bubbly, positive girl who loves to make everyone around her happy. But in reality, she's horribly depressed and only tries so hard to make other people happy, so they, probably just watch a character analysis at this point. The other girls are similarly complex, and that's really cool. But that's too boring for this video, let's get into the weird shit. I love these characters, but since the game's completely done now, we'll never get any new content with them. Well. Fan stories. They're a very common occurrence in internet fandoms, but Doki Doki Literature Club is a little different. A little different in the sense that there are literally an endless amount of these things. A while back, I accidentally found myself falling down a rabbit hole of these fan stories, and ever since I've been really interested in them, mostly because of how hilarious they are. These things can be some of the most uncomfortable pieces of media you will ever sit through. It is awful at times. Wow, the game about dating fictional women has a weird community? Who would have guessed? No, but some of this stuff is so bad and so cringy that whenever I watch it, I always find myself having a good time. It's like it's so bad that it loops all the way back around and becomes amazing. But every once in a while, the enjoyment isn't even ironic. Amazing, I know. So that's why today I'd like to talk about some of the most insane DDLC fan stories in this insane world of DDLC fan stories.
He said it! He said it!
What better way to kick off this little adventure than with the one that started it all? The Dokis Escape the Backrooms. Needless to say, it's an incredible video. It's an actually really impressive animation that uses the sprites from the game. However, you might be delighted to find out that the Dokis Escape the Backrooms isn't some random one-off video. In fact, there are dozens of animations just like this, all on one YouTube channel called... I don't know how to pronounce it last time. Querxes. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's quickly go over the characters. You've got Monika, Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. However, like most fan stories, the characters in these animations aren't one-to-one with their canon counterparts. For example, Yuri is fucking psychotic at times, and Natsuki has an ego the size of the damn planet. Monika's kinda just whatever in these, but Sayori...
Hi, Mommy.
This is one of Sayori's main character traits. She's constantly horny all the time. Wow, I don't know if that's hilarious or deeply disturbing. Either way, I feel like I gotta go to church after watching that. But in all seriousness, while funny the first few times, after binge watching every video on the channel like I did, the joke starts to get really old.
After all, you can't be sent to horny jail if you're already in prison.
It's the same thing every time!
Why don't you take off your clothes then?
Like I said though, the animation is really well done. The sprites are used to great effect and it just looks really clean because it's all ripped straight out of the game. However, there are some downsides to this. Like, none of the in-game sprites have legs because obviously. So whenever there's a wide shot, the characters just have this awkward cutoff halfway through their bodies. And another thing, 99% of the sprites are of them smiling, so Sayori will see something like, "What the fuck?" This causes some issues as you might imagine.
Our lives are over. Hope is gone. Only despair remains.
Wow, look how happy she is! Yippee! The voice acting in these things is also incredible.
And hey, Yuri, would you mind if I put my Minecraft bed next to you?
Sometimes a little too good. I could honestly make a full video talking about just this channel because it's all so fun and interesting and cringy. It is very cringy.
Well, hello there, puny mortal. Would you like a trick or a treat? Pick wisely.
So like, I'm not gonna lie and say that I enjoy all of these unironically. The style of humor in these videos is so unlike my own that nearly every single joke is cringe-inducing. However, they're so cringy that it just becomes really, really funny.
Yay! I love you, Monika!
Whoa, wait. Monika?
I want to cuddle.
Oh my god, this is awful. There's this one video where the Dokis escape, not the backrooms, but a prison. Gotta switch it up sometimes. Bro, this has gotta be the shittiest prison of all time. This big-ass guard is knocked out by this tiny teenager, and then an entire uprising happens, and the prison has absolutely no way with dealing with it. Like, do they not have guns? Honestly, I was a little disappointed in this particular video. Like, it's just way too easy for them to escape. There's no stakes at all. If you had the same issue as me, then you're in luck because the Dokis Play Minecraft is one of the channel's best. Not only does it take its story slightly seriously, but the jokes make my skin crawl. That's how you know it's a good one.
Is that a deer?
Those aren't in fucking Minecraft. So Natsuki and the purple one go deep into a cave to get some iron. But unfortunately, it's not without trouble.
What was that?
Atlas VPN!
After that's dealt with, the spider army attacks and Yuri trips. And the spiders, well, the spiders get her. Just fucking kidding.
I won't let my close friends get hurt, no matter what.
Oh my god, how do they make this more and more epic every time?
So they make it back and then, that happens. But Querxes, you sly dog, you couldn't just stop there.
I would be lying if I said they weren't adorable together.
Yeah, very true.
Let's just pretend
What
it
the fuck
didn't
is
happen.
happening? Part 2 is where shit gets real though. There's this one scene where Yuri gets sick of everyone's shit and starts beating the hell out of Natsuki. This is cool, I want to see more stuff like this that shakes up the status quo. There's only so much BFF girly content a man can take.
Guys, save lives.
That's a start, I guess. No, but really, can I talk about just how much I hate Natsuki? Like, not even just in this series, I mean everything. She's such a little asshole, actually so ungrateful for everything. You know what? I'll say it. I'm glad she gets assimilated to the British Mafia in the Breaking Bad episode. Yes, that really happens. Anyway, Yuri beating the shit out of Natsuki is really cool. Yuri's entire character in this series is basically just being sexually harassed, so it would be really cool for her to finally put her foot down and like fucking kill Natsuki. Please, just kill Natsuki. I've talked about it previously, but the Halloween video has got to be one of my personal favorites. It starts out innocently enough, with all the Dokis trying on their Halloween costumes.
Oh right, Monika's outfit. Oh my fucking god.
Then they go door to door and wreak absolute havoc on the neighborhood. They change costumes every shot, which is cool, but in this one scene, Natsuki is dressed as Megumin. I've never told you guys this before, but I've got a history with that show, and I keep seeing these fucking characters everywhere I go. A lot of these videos mostly follow the same kind of format. Believe it or not, the setting of the video is rarely a large factor in the story. Like, most of these videos are just an excuse to make the same 5 lesbian jokes over and over again. This makes these videos pretty enjoyable in short bursts, but if you've watched like 15 in a row like I have, it starts to wear thin. Like, after a while, they stop giving a damn about making sensible stories, and it's just like, fuck it, let him play Lethal Company. Querxes is still making these videos to this day, but I'm yet to fully watch a video from the past 10 months. And it's kind of for a stupid reason. In the newer videos, they use this different method of animating, where I think the arms and heads and everything are like motion tracked onto real people, and it looks really bad. I'm sure it's a lot easier on the animator's part, but the old style just looked so much better. You can even see the arms like clipping into the body, which is never a good sign. Can't have shit. Even the mouths look like they're automated in some way. I'm not sure how, but it definitely looks off. One of the reasons I liked this series so much was because of how fantastic the animation was. In the Minecraft videos, for example, there is so much work put into integrating these 2D characters into a 3D game. And while that effort is still seen in the newer videos, it really isn't the same anymore. Really though, like, calm down on the sex jokes.
No fair! I want to sleep next to Yuri. What exactly do you mean by that, Natsuki? Did she seduce you?
Guys, there are way too many funny out of context clips in this series, and I'm out of excuses to play them, so just here.
You ready for the best scrub of your life? Oh my fucking god.
At this point, we might as well go back and revisit the other video I've talked about before, Natsuki's extra special cupcakes. Okay, I know the title and thumbnail don't make any sense, but I talked about this there, just trust me. Either way, I'll give a quick rundown. During a typical literature club meeting, Natsuki announces that she has made the titular extra special cupcakes. Now, the reason these are so special is because they contain black tar heroin. And fentanyl, can I even say that? After learning this information, everyone, including Natsuki, decides that it's a good idea to eat these cupcakes. And then they all fucking die because no shit they would. Except, Sayori survives somehow. Hooray! In fact, she's so alive that she can't find a way to die. She then is forced to live through the fall of humanity, the destruction of Earth, and eventually the collapse of the universe. How fun. She doesn't even get to die in the end when there's nothing left. She just finally stops thinking. Wow, what a wholesome ending. I have absolutely no idea on why the video went in this direction, or why Sayori of all characters deserved this fate. If it was Natsuki, it'd still be pretty damn harsh, but at least it'd be somewhat warranted considering she's the one that killed all her friends. But what the fuck did Sayori ever do? She ate the cupcakes first because she didn't want Natsuki to feel bad no one was eating them. I guess nice guys really do finish last. So you may have noticed that this video looks like it came right out of the actual game. You know, except for all the black tar heroin stuff. But look, you've got the classic sprites, the music, the backgrounds, and that same text at the bottom of the screen. These types of videos are mods of the game. Now, I'm not entirely sure how these work, but considering just how many there are on YouTube, I'd imagine they're pretty easy to make. I mean, the sprites and backgrounds are already in the file, so all you really have to do is type out whatever weird-ass story you have in mind. As you can imagine, a large amount of the stories we have to talk about today are these mods. And if you thought that this video was weird, don't you worry, because it is not an outlier. As you'll come to realize over the course of this video, these fan stories are always the most random things ever, and I think a really good showcase of that is a video called What If by Yandere Gaming. This particular video is a collection of numerous short stories that range from pretty standard to what if Natsuki was British? How the fuck do you come up with this stuff? Oh, wait. Now, I won't be covering every story in this video, namely because it's 40 minutes long and I have better things to do. Like watch more fan stories. This first story is so stupid. It's what if Yuri was energetic? So Yuri walks in, has a small conversation with this guy Lawrence, and says, this. Lawrence, it has come to my attention that you are a big meanie. No, it's not true, Yuri. It's not true. Then she throws a temper tantrum and runs off. What the hell? I thought this was if Yuri was energetic, not if Yuri was a little piss crybaby. Then Sayori walks up and asks Lawrence to buy her apple juice. Then it just ends. And then it just cuts to what if Monika was an asshole. This one's actually really funny. It's just Monika being an absolute menace. And then she just sprints out of there like an Olympic athlete. It's so funny because in almost every other fan story I've seen, Monika is always just nice and pretty boring if I'm gonna be honest. So this is a really nice change of pace. I mean, she calls Natsuki a thing. That's my respect gained. Now this does bring a smile on my face. Since I'm on the topic, Natsuki has long hair in the entire video. I don't know why, but it looks awful. Just when I thought this little asshole couldn't be any more repulsive, they fucking pulled through, of course. There's one where Sayori is club president and she becomes an evil tyrant and puts Lawrence in timeout. And she brings in cookies but doesn't give any to anyone else, that bastard! I can tell though that these stories are built off of some pre-established universe with these characters. Because there's no way that what if Natsuki hated cigarettes isn't some inside joke. All of these stories are so goofy, but then halfway through there's this super serious one about Lawrence grappling with his grief after Sayori's suicide, and it gets genuinely deep. The very next story is what if Lawrence was bad at Mario Kart. Lawrence, shut the hell up. Speaking of which, this same channel made a series called Doki Doki Mario Kart Club. Shigeru Miyamoto is rolling in his grave right now. While these short stories are fun, I always prefer the longer ones. They really give you a chance to connect with the characters in whatever weird-ass predicament they're in. Just like our next story, Breaking the Club President by Afro Zero. The gist of this story is that if any of the other club members are able to break Monika, whatever that means, they get to become the new club president for a day. This one starts off with everyone already knowing that they're in a game. I don't like this, not only because there's not a point anymore because they're all just ones and zeros, but them just knowing this stuff and being fine with it is confusing. Like, why even bother doing anything if you know your life is a lie? I'll get into it a bit later, but I absolutely hate it when characters are just lines of code. Anyway, the rules are set. The Dokis have until the end of the club meeting to do their thing. Natsuki goes first. She brings in a fresh batch of cupcakes to, I guess, taunt Monika with. And I'm gonna eat them all and make you watch. Wait, seriously? You're not gonna share with anyone? I need those black dark heroin cupcakes! Damn it, Natsuki, come here! So after the cupcakes don't work, the very next course of action is to threaten Monika at knife point. Yes, really. The rest of the video is just them trying to break Monika in the most mundane ways possible. This includes Sayori partaking in a tickle attack. I don't want to do this anymore. I misread this one line as, we need to focus on getting her crack, and then I started having PTSD of actually entertaining content. Yeah, I don't really care for this one. It's very slow and chill, but that means it's also missing all of the stupid cringy stuff that I came here for.
You girls look like you could use a hand.
Oh wow, maybe I spoke too soon. A new character is bound to make things more interesting. This guy who just walked in is named Zero, and he says that he's Monika's boyfriend. Wait a minute. Who made this again? Oh no. Oh no! Immediately after this, Natsuki convinces Monika and gets control over the game files. The very first thing she does is give herself cat ears.
I'm sorry, that's trash.
See, the heroine was fine, but this shit is despicable. I stopped watching after this. There's this one YouTuber named BrawlFan1 who makes Smash Bros moveset ideas for all kinds of different characters. I bring this up because a while back, he actually made one for Monika. It's a decent moveset, but when he draws her, she looks like a wimpy kid character. I'm not going to talk about the video more, I just wanted to mention that. But how about we take a break from mods for a second and look at some full-on animations of the characters. First up being Doki Doki Literature Club, but it's a Disney Channel cartoon. How the hell does he find this stuff? So this YouTuber Vannamelon took this random Disney Channel show intro, The Ghost and Molly McGee, and made an absolute banging rendition of it starring DDLC characters.
It's the guy trapped in Monika's DDLC. Oh my gosh, I've been cursed, she's the worst.
In fact, it was so good, she would later react to her own video in character with Monika. CG5, I didn't know you had a sister. She can do a lot of voices. She's a voice actress. That's Vannamelon's main thing. She makes reactions to random YouTube videos, including her own. Twice. Well, that and the Rule 34 bait. There's a lot of Rule 34 bait.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know, man. She's just one of those people where I can't decide if she's really cool or one of the cringiest people on the planet. I'm leaning on the latter. Because she makes some really cool stuff every once in a while, but in between all that cool stuff is just smash or pass on X. Why a character Googles herself. Pizza Tower, but it's Pinkie Pie. Wait, what the fuck? Like, I understand that this is just the YouTube grind and sex sells and all, but is this really what you want your legacy to be? This? There's also a hint of content farm in there too. Remember that reaction she made to her own animation I mentioned earlier? Yeah, that video was 14 minutes long. to a 39-second animation. Well, at least she's no sniper wolf, she's definitely adding something to that reaction. But once in a blue moon, Vannamelon decides to do something. Something not out of money, but for the love of the craft. And you can tell because there won't be boobs on the thumbnail. Monika versus Deadpool AI is the best video on the channel, and let me tell you why. Now look, I love messing around in character AI all the time, so you can imagine my delight when Vannamelon, in the character of Monika, has an epic battle against a Deadpool AI chatbot. I mean, I just had to click on it.
Hello, Deadpool. I'm the president of the Literature Club.
This one is funny because Vannamelon is trying really hard to craft a story and keep it railroaded in a way that makes sense, but literally every time Deadpool speaks, he completely ruins everything.
Pulls out phone and checks Twitter.
Ah, see? That's fucked up.
Monika, listen, I don't know how this happened, but Deadpool is stuck in some weird universe where Elon Musk buys Twitter, and it's nothing but negativity. Please find a way to get it back. You're my only hope.
So before you ask, yes, that is in fact Ryan Reynolds, separate from Deadpool, instructing DDLC Monika to escape an alternate universe where Elon Musk ruins Twitter. This was like 3 chats in. I gotta give props to Vannamelon though. Even when the story is an absolute shambles, she just rolls with it and we get shit like this.
What? Is there a problem or something? Minecraft is so funny, lol. It's a video game where you gather resources and stuff and build things, start punching a tree. It's a lot of fun. So you want to play? Let's play! I'm sure you will have fun!
This whole Minecraft bit is actually really funny. I think you should definitely check this video out after this one because, because it's Monika versus Deadpool AI.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're the good boy!
I am? I understand that Vannamelon might not be the type of content for everyone. Namely people who shower. So thankfully I was able to find another animation channel that's leagues ahead of this one in every single way. Garbato Studios. Garbato Studios has some of the funniest shit I have ever seen on this website, and that is not an exaggeration. They've made a handful of DDLC animations and I love all of them. They are so fucking funny. There is a slight issue though. Garbato Studios is a Peruvian channel. I don't speak Spanish, but that literally does not matter because these animations are almost entirely built off of visual gags. And damn it, do those visual gags land. From just watching one of these animations, you can tell that they take heavy inspiration from Senor Pello. That's not even an assumption, Garbato made a DDLC parody of one of Pello's series. It all started with this one called The Door, and wow, what a way to kick things off. The goal of the Dokis is to open a locked door, and they try many different ways to do so. The video moves at such a breakneck pace at times, and it just does not stop hitting you with jokes, some more subtle than others. Some of my favorites have to be when they use a rope to pull at the door and Sayori has it around her neck, Natsuki's eyes becoming humongous when doing her sad face, and also the art style completely switching for a few seconds for no reason. Oh, and if you were wondering, this is what was behind the door. The newest animation as of writing this is called Who's Buying Today, and it features an actually sick-ass fight scene between Yuri and Natsuki. Like, holy shit, this is actually well made. I really like how fast everything escalates, like what's even happening here? There's the Senor Pello video I mentioned earlier, and this one is probably my least favorite. It is incredibly accurate to the source material, which is impressive, but it's also so accurate that it's not really much of its own thing. Also, I don't really care for the source material to begin with, don't at me. This joke was pretty funny though.
Uy, qué rico, a ver.
Then there's Sayori's hair, which was like a Twitter thing. I don't know. I don't think I want to watch that one after what Deadpool told me. Then there's the 11-minute long P Club pilot. Yeah, I didn't get around to this one. My schedule's been pretty packed lately. But all of these animations pale in comparison to the legendary video The Mango. This video, without hyperbole, is one of the funniest animations I have ever seen. The jokes are absolutely non-stop, and they are all executed perfectly. You do not get a single chance to breathe before you are hit with yet another banger of a joke. The animation, buttery smooth. The writing, peak. The delivery of lines, flawless. It's so fucking good that I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Go watch this animation spoiler-free because it is truly magnificent. Not to mention, it's like the perfect sequel to The Door. Like Aliens to Alien. Like Empire Strikes Back to A New Hope. Like Roger Rules to Wimpy Kid. It's everything you could ask for in a follow-up. I don't even care that it's like barely about Doki Doki Literature Club. Like the whole point of this video is to see the characters do more stuff outside of the game. But these aren't even characters, just jokes. And damn good jokes at that, S tier. I also couldn't make this video without mentioning the Monika After Story mod. Unlike pretty much every other mod in this video, this is a mod that someone might actually consider downloading. Basically, it's a chatbot where you can talk to Monika after the events of the main story. It's got a surprising amount of content, but I don't want to risk destroying my PC by accidentally downloading a virus, so any and all footage from this mod is going to be coming from Candelia, who does a lot of DDLC stuff, including a lot of full fan stories I might talk about later. But yeah, you can do a lot in this mod. Just talking to Monika, there's so many different things you can say and things she can say back depending on your affection level. There's also a bunch of different mini games you can play like Uno, chess, and Torture Simulator. And I'm just gonna pick one of these videos at random to talk about. Can I watch you sleep? Yes, please. This conversation in particular is a mod of the mod that makes Monika much more obsessive over the player. I feel like this is a lot of extra steps, just use character AI at this point. In this one, she does humorous impressions of the people she murdered. This is so fucking disrespectful. Stop spitting on their graves, Monika. The cemetery's already flooded. What happens if you watch lewd Monika art while she's watching? I don't even have a comment on this one, like what the fuck? Holy shit, there's even one where she talks about the back rooms. We really have gone full circle, haven't we? I'm only bringing this mod up out of necessity though, considering it's the most popular continuation of the game. I think it's cool, but I prefer the stupid as hell stuff. Case in point? Alright, one of the most common types of stories in the DDLC community is one where the main character is a self-insert and all the girls really want him. There are literally countless amounts of these stories, the category of which I like to refer to as, God, I wish that were me. You know, the kind of story that makes you say, God, I wish that were me. The story begins with the introduction of our main character, or MC for short. Yes, this is a very creative community. The guy lives on his own for some reason, must have gotten sick of his parents, I guess. I don't know how true this is, but I've heard that housing in Japan is really cheap. If I wasn't given misinformation, then that means that MC here could have very well moved out of his parents' house and... yeah, I'm just wasting time at this point. He looks outside and sees that his favorite bush is moving weirdly. Well, wow, I really wonder what it could be. I myself might not have a favorite bush, but I do have a favorite tree. Check this shit out. MC then mentions that he feels like something was in his room last night. Sounds pretty concerning, but no, he just shrugs it off. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present humanity's first ever infinite IQ individual. Also, his door was unlocked. He then meets up with Sayori outside and they walk to school. The day goes on and eventually it's literature club time. Hell yeah. Then he calls Natsuki cute. You know? I used to have respect for you. Natsuki makes a random comment about someone breaking into MC's house at night and then he jokingly accuses her of doing so. Natsuki slugs me in the arm. Why would I break into your house? It's not like I like you or anything. Smooth. Natsuki then punches him again, like why? What the hell? I feel a tear run down my face. Oh no, the cosmos are aligning. But yes, bro gets punched by Natsuki and starts crying. Dude, Natsuki probably weighs like 14 pounds. How are you spraying tears after just a couple right hooks? Just then everyone else wanders in. MC's still on his knees, looking like he got shot by a 30-06. Suddenly Yuri steps up and says, yeah, I saw the whole thing. She pulled out some brass knuckles and started going to town on him. And then after that, she suplexed him into one of the desks and did a Mortal Kombat finisher on him. Borderlands split his spine in half. So yeah, he's pretty fucked up right now. They pull up his sleeve and see that he's really bruised. Oh wait, you guys remember Buff Suki? Monika sees it and says that there's been a needle in his arm. But what could someone have injected into him? My guess? You already know it's black tar heroin. Then there's this big four-way argument between Yuri, Monika, MC, and Natalie. Meanwhile, Sayori is just lost in her own little world. Soon the situation calms down and everyone starts to get into MC's potential stalker. With all of the signs pointing directly to the idea of a trespasser, it doesn't take long for the girls to consider the idea. Unlike MC, who, might I remind you, is a genius. They eventually decide that they will all spend the night at MC's house in order to catch this criminal. And after a far too long conversation about what to eat for dinner, they all do just that. I gotta say, bro is living the dream right now. 30 minutes in and he's already got 4 women in his house, and every single one of them wants the have a meaningful relationship. It's clear from the very beginning that someone is stalking MC. And let me take a wild shot in the dark, it's probably one of the girls. But the mystery is kept up really well. Each of them shows small signs that they might be the stalker, but then someone else immediately does something even more suspicious. It's like a cycle of future restraining orders. But yeah, the whole time I was pretty unsure of who it could be. How do you feel about your stalker? I mean, are you scared or excited? I'm still really unsure. Yeah, no, that's a completely normal thing to say in this situation.
Hey man, do you like it when I bash your skull in with this frying pan? Yeah, it's a pretty good experience. I don't mind it too much.
What would you say to your stalker once you eventually meet him or her? I don't know, I guess it depends on the person and their intentions with me. Yeah, if they were trying to kill me, I'd be pretty indifferent. Maybe give them a firm shake on the hand. But if they're watching me just to watch me, I'm gonna go berserk. I have no respect for you. The mystery is soon taken out back and shot because Yuri gives MC a glass of water and then minutes later he feels drowsy. Wow, I wonder if those two events are correlated. If that didn't do it, the part 2 of this video that's been sitting on the screen the whole time definitely does. It sucks too, because there's this moment where Yuri says she has to go to the bathroom and then immediately knows where to go. It's a really subtle detail that not everyone's gonna be able to catch. I wish the video did more stuff like this instead of, "Hey MC, if your stalker was like really into you, would you think that was hotter?" Upon Monika figuring things out, Yuri beats the shit out of all the other girls with a frying pan. All except Natsuki. Natsuki tries to fight back against Yuri, but in return gets thrown down the stairs, skull bashed into the corner of a table, and subjugated to 50 years of 3FS content.
That one gave me goosebumps all the way down to my Peter.
She somehow still wins the fight though. Yuri even had a knife, how does that make sense? The video ends with Natsuki and MC getting freaky in the bedroom. And by that I mean they kiss. God, I'm glad that's not me. Sayori and Monika walk in and they're like, "Whoa, you guys are together? What?" And then MC... and then MC responds with, "Yeah, I love her." Wow, buddy, what a normal thing to say. That sure is how real people talk. I'm not watching part 2, by the way. It's an hour long. And this one was too. Why the hell did I watch all that? The Dokis give you milk. What is this? They give me milk? What? Why are they looking at me like that? The fuck they put in the milk? They all show up to MC's house to make him breakfast with no malicious intent, I'm sure. And he says, "Fuck you, I'm busy watching anime." No, like seriously, he actually says this. Look man, I don't care who you are. If 3 hot women and a lab experiment show up to your house uninvited, you better be letting them in. No, but he's ruthless. He just screams at them like a maniac. The thing is though, a lot of these channels have a lot of DDLC videos and have crafted their own fan universe that could be wildly different from the original game for all I know. Like maybe in this specific series, there's a running joke where all the girls keep putting plutonium in his food or something. The makers of these things are clearly unhinged. I wouldn't put it past them. Plutonium actually sounds pretty good right now. Are you my mom? I'm about to be if you don't let these girls help you out. Was that supposed to be a threat? What does that even mean? Oh no, Monika's gonna be my mommy. Oh shit, woe is me. He finally gets breakfast and it's cookies and milk. A little unorthodox, but to each their own. He takes one sip and I think before watching this we all knew what kind of milk it was. I don't even want to say it, it's time to kill the internet. Wait, why does this milk taste different? What did you girls do? It was that fucking plutonium, I knew it! They actually say it was just a prank at the end, but I don't believe them. Look at this smug bastard, she's got shit to hide. But really, what kind of prank is this? No, what kind of person is this? What kind of man does it take to come up with this shit? Okay, you know what? I am sick and tired of this mod stuff. I need to take a break and look at something normal. You know what I love? Plush videos. This is relevant, I promise. Back in the day, I used to love watching this guy called the Ouija Fan Quadruple 01, specifically his PVZ videos. It's basically this guy taking a bunch of Chinese bootleg PVZ plushies and playing with them. Watching this stuff now really brings me back to the good old days. I loved these videos so much when I was a kid, so you can bet that when I saw a Doki Doki Literature Club plush video, I was ecstatic. Okay, maybe more like just happy, but happy nonetheless. 10 seconds in and I see a dog. What the f***? That's not a fake woman! Goddamn, 2 of them. That's it. Shut it off. Shut it off! Yeah! I think they use like Diary of a Wimpy Kid music in this scene. The scene is set. All the Dokis are together and waiting for their food to arrive. You see, Monika has ordered some DoorDash, of which she describes to be
the best food you'll ever have the privilege of eating.
By that she means McDonald's.
Monika? Surely you remembered that.
I got you a veggie burger, Yuri. Don't worry.
Oh shit, Yuri's vegan? Yeah, this isn't gonna work out anymore. I'm moving you down to B tier. Finally, the Uber Eats guy rings the doorbell. Still setting the table, Monika enlists Yuri to answer the door.
You want me to get the door?
Oh, that's right. What may be a simple task for some is downright torture to Yuri. She is fucking terrified to talk to the delivery man, and rightfully so. Just look at the guy. I actually like how drawn out and intense they make this scene. Like, literally all she is doing is opening the door, but there's this super dramatic music since Yuri only talks to 3 people a day.
Hey, I got an order here for Monika?
That's me. I mean, that's us. Monika's here.
Okay, here's your order then.
How much do I owe you?
Nothing, it's paid for, ma'am.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, enjoy your food, ma'am.
Thanks. You too.
Sorry to play such a long clip there, but I just think it does a really good job at showing Yuri's lack of social skills. Now look, I am not a socially anxious person, but a few years ago I had a moment like this and it really tore me up for a good few hours. So yeah, I really understand and deeply connect with Yuri here.
I'm never talking to anyone ever again.
It's okay, Yuri. Everyone has their moments. Yeah, especially you.
Screw you, Natsuki.
Whoa, Yuri, you can't say that. What the fuck? Yuri is really distraught over the situation and says that she'll never talk to a new person ever again. But you know what? Hey, it's fine. It's over now and we've got the food, so let's just take a breather and enjoy some—
Oh no! Did they forget Yuri's veggie burger?
It appears so.
Damn.
I'm fine with that, honestly. I wasn't too hungry anyway.
Ah, I see. Starving to avoid an inconvenience. You're a real trooper, Yuri. Like a true friend, though, Monika decides that she'll drive to the burger place herself to get Yuri's veggie burger.
Nobody eats until I get back with Yuri's veggie burger.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch!
Yuri blames herself, however, saying that she should have checked the bag before the Grubhub guy left. And because of those damn insecurities, Natsuki's food is gonna get cold. Aww, are you gonna be okay?
Monika's taking care of it for me, like always.
I got you a veggie burger, Yuri. Don't worry.
I'm gonna have to go to the restaurant myself. I can't have Yuri just sitting there while we eat. Wait, no. I gotta go, guys.
Okay, this video is gonna be fire. Yuri runs out to the driveway and stops Monika from leaving. Yuri says that it was her fault Monika has to drive back and that she's gonna come with her whether she likes it or not. I just want to say that the cinematography in this video is really good. There's so many dynamic shots and angles and it's put together really well. In this scene here, for example, instead of just static shots of the characters talking, the camera moves behind the opposite person, looking over their shoulder. It's a small detail, but one that makes this video feel really high quality. Anyway, before they leave, the two have a really heartwarming conversation that really fleshes out these characters and their relationship. Truly a standout scene.
Do you trust me? Yes, I do. Thank you, Monika, for everything.
That's just what friends do. Now hop in. Let's go get your veggie burger.
So the two set off to go on an epic adventure, soon arriving at the Burger King. That's right, they bring the plushes into public. I could never be this brave. Yuri walks up to the door, ready to take the first step in changing her life for the better.
Yuri, sweetheart. It's a pull door.
This video treats Yuri like a 10-year-old who's never left the house before.
Also, I'll try to do most of the talking.
Are you sure? I'd be okay with helping you out a little bit.
Holy shit, it's this big of a deal for her to talk to a damn Wendy's employee? What would she do if she had to call the police because her life was in danger? Well, there's only one way to find out. Then they go in and start filming people cooking and shit, and it's like, holy hell, it's like a real movie. And then there's a shot of this guy shoving like 18 fries into his mouth at once. What a sick animal. They get to the counter, and it turns out the same guy from before is working the register. They explain the situation, hand him the receipt, and...
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and check out back for that veggie burger for you.
Well, that looks like a good sign. Turns out, Mr. Goodburger here ate Yuri's damn veggie burger. The boss man tells the guy that the best they can do is a discount on the next order. So now, Monika's just out 15 bucks in a veggie burger. Monika is pretty understandably pissed off and threatens to stop giving them her business altogether. A move like this barely works, like Walmart is a billion-dollar company. Who cares if one guy stops showing up? I'm never coming here again!
Oh no, I'm so sad.
But as it turns out, Monika comes here a lot. Like a lot. When the boss man finally comes up to the counter to see her, he realizes just who she is and quickly goes back on his decision to kick them out. Then he fires bro.
I said get out!
So yes, the resolution is that Monika is such a fat ass that she supplies enough business to the restaurant that they'll go under if she stops supporting them. That's really stupid and funny. But it doesn't just come out of nowhere. They actually do set this up earlier in the video.
I've had their food delivered so many times, they probably know my name by heart.
Monika, why does that name sound so familiar?
Boss man gives them the veggie burger on the house and sends them on their way.
You said you'd do most of the talking, and you did. I'm so proud of you.
Aw, good job, little Yuri. You reached a brand new high score of 17 words in one day.
Nice call.
It's a big character arc for Yuri not wanting to be a burden on her friends because of how socially awkward she is, and it's really sweet. It's handled very well, and you can directly watch her grow more confident over the course of the video. But I can't stop laughing because the catalyst for all of this was because this one guy got hungry. It also looks like Sayori and Natsuki were playing Twister while they waited. Hey, what the hell? Why couldn't that have been the episode? But after all this time, Yuri finally has her burger right in front of her, with absolutely nothing stopping her from taking a bite.
Well, how is it?
It kind of sucks.
I fucking knew that was Wimpy Kid music! All in all, that was a truly fantastic video. You've got the cinematography, the writing, the voice acting, the regular acting, the character arc, the personality, the twister, and most importantly, the emotion!
Let's go get your veggie burger.
Unfortunately, unlike a lot of the other videos I've talked about, this one isn't a part of a series. There's other DDLC videos on the channel, but this is the only plush one, aside from a couple shorts. And it was made over 2 years ago, so who knows if there will ever be another one. That sucks, I really did enjoy it. But sadly, it looks like the creator, Doki Doki Dubs, is gone forever. Is what I would say if they didn't upload a TikTok compilation a few weeks ago. We are so back! Read the description if you want to know what's going on, I don't know. I don't know if these guys will ever make another plush video again, but if they do, I will be ready to make an hour-long analysis of it. I love this thing. I have been really wanting to make my own plush video for a while now, but screw it, that's gonna be the next video. Okay, but not with these guys. I am not spending hundreds of dollars on a set. I guess I'll just stick with the keychain of Yuri getting hanged. What the fuck is this shirt? Oh, or this one.
Let's go get your veggie burger.
So tell me, dear viewer, what does this story look like it's about? Oh, I don't know. Maybe MC is just so damn hot that all the girls can't help but fall for him. Then all the girls fight on who gets to date him, or it becomes a harem anime because he's just so
irresistible.
Something like that, maybe? If you said exactly that, then you must be psychic. How the fuck did you do that? You would be severely wrong because this story is a horror masterpiece. It is, dare I say, the most unnerving piece of DDLC media I have ever seen, second only to the original game itself. There's no joke here, this fan story is phenomenal. It was made by Candelia, the person I mentioned earlier. See, I told you I'd get back to them. This person has made tons of fan stories, but none of them are as fantastic as this. Oh, alright, I can't wait anymore. Let's watch it. The mod starts out fairly standard. MC, in this story renamed to Self-Insert City, has just finished class and is on his way to the literature club. Except this story immediately throws a curveball by having Candy hate the club. It looks like Sayori begged him to join, where he eventually agreed to attend a meeting. Except the club is boring as shit because all they do is read Shakespeare all day and Candy no longer wants any part of it. He literally tries to sneak out of school before Sayori catches him. I just want to say that this mod does an amazing job at immediately characterizing Candy here. We hear his internal monologue and learn just how much he hates the literature club. But when Sayori shows up, he immediately puts on a dream mask and starts acting super happy and excited for the club. I really like this because the story immediately sets itself apart from the others by having Candy be more than just a horny bastard. Upon entering the club, Yuri and Monika suddenly jump up and greet Candy super enthusiastically. Candy even takes note on how intense they are in doing so. We get our first glimpse of things being slightly off when Candy goes over to the closet to meet Natsuki. Natsuki is at first just sorting through manga, just not giving a single fuck about anything. But when she finally looks up at Candy, her entire personality completely flips and she ecstatically introduces herself. This is a great moment because anyone that knows anything about DDLC knows that Natsuki would never do this. She's a little bitch. One of my favorite parts of this mod is how it's able to build tension. I feel like a lot of the horror content I see in games, movies, or even YouTube videos always either blow their load immediately and waste any sense of a dramatic build-up, or hold off on the horror for so long to the point where I just don't care anymore. However, this story does it amazingly, but I'll get to that when we get to that. After Yuri makes a fool of herself and runs away like a damn coward, Monika swiftly ends the meeting. She brings Candy to the corner of the room and starts speaking to, not Candy, but the player. Okay, this is the one thing I don't like about this video. I'm fine with the original game being super meta, that is the point after all. But I feel like the characters all just being lines of code barely works in any other situation. I personally find it really hard to get invested in characters when they're not even real in-universe. Even worse when our main character is just some guy behind a screen. Like, great, now we know that all these characters are fake and that there's no genuine threat. But you know what? I'm just gonna ignore that, and I think you should too. Monika tells, not the player, but Candy that he shouldn't be there and that things will soon get out of hand. Oh no, Monika, I'm really scared right now. They rejoin the others and Natsuki starts chatting. Nothing really scary has happened yet, but something is obviously wrong here. Monika ends the club meeting and Sayori and Candy walk home together. Candy now has a valid excuse to not want to go back to the club because what the f***, and tells Sayori that he won't return to the literature club for as long as he lives. Sayori takes the news hard and almost begs him to come back the next day. I don't know if Candy actually loves her or is just really good friends with Sayori or what, but he does end up agreeing to come again for her. Candy goes inside and alright, time for an intermission. I feel like we've all gotten used to the DDLC world being super happy and bubbly in these fan stories. And it feels like this story knows that and slowly strips away any sense of normalcy. Like, we start exactly how every other story starts, but as things go on, all the girls slowly start to drift out of character, and then there's a few moments where the music drops and we get this sense of foreboding dread. Not quite dread yet, but it's coming. The first act of this video does a great job at establishing its world and hinting at something terrible happening. But again, nothing that's happened so far is anywhere near scary, just a little weird if anything. However, all of that ends the next morning. Candy gets up, eats breakfast, and starts heading to school. Literally exactly the same as every other morning in his life. Except there's one slight difference. Sayori, instead of waiting for Candy like usual, is already down the street walking to school. Last warning, if you want to experience this story for yourself, do so now. Candy starts jogging to catch up and starts talking to her. No response. Thinking she didn't hear him, he begins calling her name. No response. Even when he's only feet away, she still ignores him. He eventually catches up and puts his hand on her shoulder. Sayori stops. Okay. That was good. Okay guys, I don't know if maybe I need to watch more movies, but that might be the single best introduction of true terror I have ever seen. The way the music starts to loop as Candy reacts to Sayori's expression is so creepy. All we can do is sit there and wonder what the hell is happening before it's finally revealed what she looks like. The reason I think this is so effective is because of the contrast from the last time we saw Sayori, where she was super enthusiastic. And I just love how the music starts to distort as the scene goes on. It adds so much to the terror and confusion, and it makes it feel like the scene is just gonna explode. She runs off, and Candy comes to the conclusion that this has something to do with the club. When the time comes, Yuri's already inside and offers him some tea. He drinks it, but like, literally, why would he do that? Like, I get that he wanted to calm down with some soothing British cuisine. I live in a shithole! But like 2 seconds ago, he was just talking about how the club brainwashed Sayori or something. Maybe I gave the guy from Doki Doki Stalker too much shit, because clearly there's someone a little stupider around here. Candy mentions that the tea tastes weird, and I didn't realize the milk video had a sequel. Natsuki then offers him a cupcake, which I personally wouldn't eat either. Just then everyone else wanders in. Just in time too, shit was getting weird. Candy confronts Sayori about what happened that morning, but she acts like nothing happened. She says that they never even saw each other today. Good morning! Alzheimer's in children is a rising epidemic. What can you do? Monika buds in and starts the club meeting. She announces that it's time for everyone to share their poem. Being fucking psychotic is a rising epidemic. Sayori pulls MC away to share her poem. Being pretty damn aggressive too. Damn, Candy, I wouldn't take that. Put her in her place, will ya? Candy takes Sayori's poem and... Alright, she didn't even fucking try. Look, there's like periods in the wrong spots, there's random lines all over the paper, and what does this even say? I need you, I need you, I need you. Help me! Help me, I'm choking! Get this thing off of me! And then after witnessing that, he's just like, alright, guess it's time to read Natsuki's poem now. And then he just walks away. I'm going with Natsuki. See ya. Buddy, if this was real life, Sayori is killing herself after that. Natsuki's poem is about, like, grinding up human bones and cannibalizing people. I don't even think that's part of the horror. She's just kind of like that. Then Yuri fucking beats Natsuki to the ground. Yeah! This is amazing! This is wonderful! This is why this is the best story ever made! Yes! Alright, Yuri, I wasn't so sure about you earlier, but this is the second time this exact scenario has happened. Alright, you're back up to A tier. Candy has a very realistic response to this, though, actually trying to get Natsuki up and take her to the hospital. But Yuri keeps pestering him like that one Family Guy clip, and eventually Candy gets so annoyed that he just grabs the poem and... Did she piss on the fucking poem? Oh yeah, blood too, that's bad. I know I made that joke earlier, but this might actually be the best iteration of MC, because he actually has personality and acts as if he were a real person. After reading Yuri's poem, he decides that, yup, time to go, and he picks up the still unconscious Natsuki. Which, jokes aside, is just a really nice character detail that he would care enough about a borderline stranger to still get them help while fleeing a cult meeting. It makes Candy feel a lot more like a real person and less like an object for all the other girls to swoon over like so many other fan stories. It's likely in vain though, because Natsuki has like a total of 2 pints of blood in her body and has already bled out and died. I complained about the world being just a game earlier, but I love how frequently the girls will glitch in and out of different states, with them just staring at him while this whole scene with Yuri unfolds. I completely get why the world is a game here, and the story is clearly written with that idea in mind. But I really wish there was just some other workaround, like, I don't know, Satan got bored one day. Those girls are f***ed up is a sentence that fits most fan stories, I feel. Anyway, Candy gets too scared and drops Natsuki. Fucker's definitely dead now. There's no way she'd survive a, what, 2-foot drop? Candy runs back home and just relaxes, I guess. You're not gonna contact the police or anything? I mean, to be fair, he did just drink piss, so I guess I'll give him a little leeway. Natsuki shows up to his house, but instead of being worried about the stage 4 brain trauma she got, she's just sad that Candy never ate her cupcake. Candy, you left without trying my cupcake. I made it with all my love. Yeah, I bet you made it with something else too, you sick f***. Candy tries to refuse, but decides fuck it and eats the cupcake. Alright, did I call that shit or what? She wakes up in Natsuki's room, and don't even get me started on how she possibly got him there. Do you know how hard it is to drag 150 pounds of dead weight? I sure do. He calls Natsuki a psychopath and asks what she did to him, but she looks genuinely confused, setting up for an epic sequel as the screen fades to black. Alright guys, for real though, what a great story. I really hope you watched it before I talked about it, because I can't give justice to how truly creepy the story is. And if you didn't, Well, I guess you just ruined the experience for yourself forever. Now it'll never be as great as it could be. Great going, man. When I first watched this, I loved it, and I was incredibly excited when I heard it got a sequel. And another, and another, and another. Wait, what was the thumbnail again? But we've spent quite enough time on this story, and I want to move on to some other stuff. Maybe some other day I'll come back to this series and talk about the episode where Candy gets raped in graphic detail. What the f? What the fuck? Do you guys like music? Yeah, me neither. Alright, firstly, I have no idea why this is Minecraft. There was always this thing back in the day that whenever someone made an animation to go along with the song, there was always someone ready to convert it to Minecraft. This was really big with FNAF songs back in the day. I remember that whenever I wanted to listen to Die in a Fire, I had to turn on the Minecraft version because the realistic animatronics getting destroyed made me really sad. But the weird thing is that there's no original animation for this song. This is the first iteration of it, so I ask again, why is it Minecraft? The song itself is alright, I guess. I don't want to sound mean, but Stupendium isn't really the best singer. The song is basically just recapping all of the game, which is fine, I guess, but I don't know, that's kind of boring. I will say that there's one part I like, though. In the opening of the song, he talks about each of the girls, but then Sayori gets killed. And then that part of the song starts over again, but when Sayori is supposed to show up, the lyrics just become a garbled mess. That's like some Shaun of the Dead parallelism that's neat. Stupendious, or whatever the hell your name is, can get the hell out of here because now it's time for the real man's music. Beloved internet terrorist Random Encounters made a DDLC song 7 years ago, and it's yet to be topped in quality. Not that there's that many people making DDLC song, it's just those two and Vannamelon.
Hello, Deadpool. I'm the president of the Literature Club.
Hey, so Random Encounters likes to do this thing called copywriting their music, so if there's randomly a muted bit in this segment, that means I'm making money. In this video, MC is played by Baldy Guy, and it's just really funny to me that all of these girls are falling to pieces over this 30-year-old with a wig. But like I said, this song kind of slapstick. Yeah, God forbid someone tries to get laid around here, Natsuki. You know what, go back to reading your incest manga or whatever the all of the singers do a great job, but Yuri is... holy shit. What I wouldn't give to be in that situation. I mean, Yuri's right, he is beautiful. Welcome to Baldy! You know, I heard that Random Encounters is so devoted to their craft that they actually just killed one of their singers here. What is this expression? He's like, oh man, you got me. Being a sexual predator. Somebody made a cover of Your Reality, but it's a cappella, a la Pitch Perfect. God, I hate those movies. I gotta say, dude, this one's super good. Everyone did a really good job making it. Holy shit, is that a new character? Nope, Afro Zero again. Then there's this one by OR30. What kind of name is that? DDLC fans getting ready to make the same unfunny overused hanging joke for the 10 billionth time? Like seriously guys, make other jokes. Do you realize how much comedic potential this series has?
You just gonna lay there and take it?
Yes. The song is good, but there's nothing to make fun of, so we're moving on. Is there still time to go back? Okay, I just want to say that the entire section talking about this video will be entirely off of memory because there is no way in hell I'm rewatching 14 hours of this shit. You heard me correctly. This story is a 14-hour long epic that includes so much stuff that it would take another 14 hours just to review it all. And I watched all of it. Kind of. Now, I didn't actually watch this video for the full 14 hours. I had it on 2x speed the whole time, and I also skipped all of the sex scenes, which there were a surprising amount of. There's also like a combined hour of the two just talking about how much they love each other, which, yeah, I skipped those too. Because of all of that, I only really watched this for roughly 5 hours, which as a casual Forge Labs and Ellis Mark enjoyer, this is pretty par for the course. But I know what you're thinking right now. What could a video like this even be about? Well... A Month with Natsuki is a slice of life story about MC and Natsuki who are dating and run into many wacky obstacles throughout the course of the month. An unaccepting parent, a jealous best friend, an accidental pregnancy that becomes a topic of heated argument and could quite possibly even kill Natsuki if she gives birth to the baby. All the stress of which causes MC to have horrific nightmares where the unborn child talks to him and begs for him to not let Natsuki kill it. However, her condition only gets worse and worse as time goes on, and she begins to get weaker and more sick as the days progress. Eventually, she can't take the pain anymore and performs an at-home abortion on the fetus and then pins it all on her father. Following this, after finding out the truth of what happened, the dead fetus of the unborn child's soul begins to torment MC and tries to kill him. However, he is able to escape its grasp for now, but not before it's able to override Yuri's consciousness and use her body to horrifically mutilate Natsuki. Fortunately, Monika has been watching all of this, and after showing MC what's behind the code of the game, sends him back in time before Natsuki is killed. MC is able to take down Yuri and save Natsuki, and then they all live happily ever after except Yuri, who is dead. Wait, hold on a damn minute. He picked Natsuki out of all of them? So that was the general plot around the story, and yeah, it gets a little out of hand. I think this story is genuinely great though. MC and Natsuki's struggles in life are very well written, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't invested. But when we get into all the satanic and time travel stuff, it really started to lose me. At that point, I was pretty eager for the thing to wrap up, but there were still like 2 hours left. I'd actually prefer to talk about this video for as little as possible, because I already know that sifting through the 14 hours of footage for a specific clip is gonna be hell. It is. Yeah, sorry about that, man. You know what? F you. Okay, well, it's not my fault. It's the asshole who wrote the thing. I don't care. You could have just not recorded the lines. Hey, I'm just being a good soldier doing what I'm told, alright? You think I want to do this thing? I want to sit here and record this volume of stuff? No, but I do it. I do it because I have to. And I don't understand why you have to complain so much when this is the job. This is what we have to do. And I don't love it because I know the work you're going to have to do. I know. I understand. But I have to do it because I'm just going to talk about what the characters are like in this story and fill in any plot gaps I left in my earlier recap if needed. So basically, at the start of the story, MC and Natsuki are already dating, but for whatever reason, they keep their relationship a secret from everyone. Unfortunately, Sayori is also in love with MC. Early into the video, Sayori wants to show MC a special poem that she made for him, but he brushes her off because he needs to go read manga or something. I don't know, I'm not rewatching the thing. When she finally gets around to saying something in front of MC, right in front of Natsuki, mind you, Sayori says that she's known MC her whole life and thus deserves him more. But then Natsuki makes the really good point of, then why did you wait until he was already taken to confess? Now, me personally, I thought this would be a fantastic time to bring back that special poem from earlier. I thought she would have confessed her love in the poem. When she tried to give it to him, Natsuki and MC's relationship was still in private, so it would have made her a lot more sympathetic in this story. But in reality, the writer just forgot about the poem and it never gets brought up again after the fact. That poem, by the way, is the only time in this 14-hour video that anyone does any literature. Yeah, seriously, you'd expect with a story about characters from a game that has literature in the title that maybe they do some literature. But no, this is the only time in the entire story. There was this one moment in the latter half of the video where they got so fucking close to doing literature. For the first time in weeks, everybody was in the club room, club time had just started, and then Monika was right about to give the assignment for the day. I was so fucking happy. I jumped out of my chair, started doing backflips and shit. This was the moment I was waiting for. I'm not doing a backflip. But then Natsuki starts crying like she got shot with a rifle, and then MC rushes her to the hospital. Words can't describe how pissed I was. They were so close to doing actual literature. I had to take a break from the internet for like 5 days because of how much it affected me. Sayori's life in this is just terrible, and it starts right away when MC falls in love with Natsuki. Imagine inviting your crush to the club you're in to spend more time with him, only for him to immediately fall in love with someone else in the club. The only way that could have backfired more is if he got shot dead upon walking into the room. Some of her scenes can be genuinely hard to watch, like the one where she tries to give MC a hand job in front of Natsuki. Oh, okay, moving on. Yuri is so incredibly dumb in this video. Every time she shows up, she always says the worst thing possible and makes the situation 10 times worse. At a certain point, every time she showed up on screen, I'd just start yelling at her. Yuri, shut the fuck up! She does almost nothing of note for so long, but when we get to this extremely personal conversation about abortion, she follows MC to the hospital just to fucking lecture them. Like, dude, these guys barely know you. What is wrong with you? It's like if one of your relatives died and then you got left with a big sum of money and then some random guy walks up and just, okay, so you take that dead family money and ready for this? pool. There's also Monika, who's so unimportant to the story that it's almost baffling how big of an effect she has on it in the end. Where, yes, the whole story was in a game, and Monika's the only one that's actually sentient. Alright, finally time for this big rant. I hate AI characters in media because it means they're not real. Well, no shit, they're not real. It's fiction. What I mean is that in universe, it's not a real person. There is no soul behind Ryan Reynolds' eyes. No matter how much it may seem like it's real, all it is just AI generating a script for a character model to follow. And that's all that will ever be. So when this story suddenly decides that everyone's in a game, it completely makes everything that happened prior to it have no value because it's the equivalent to one of those videos teaching AI to jump or some shit. Even Monika herself says that there's no point in helping MC because he's not even a real person. Like, I get that the original game is about being a game, but you're already changing the story enough. Why stop there? Making it a video game makes it impossible to be invested with the characters. They aren't real, they don't feel real feelings. They're just zeros and ones generating a script to fit the situation. In this aspect, the original game is completely fine because from the very beginning, it is built off of this idea. Whereas in this story, it feels like it's completely normal for so long before it's just like, oh, yep, it's a game now. I just wanted to clear that up because I knew someone would say something. This story was made by The Bike, and if you thought that this video was weird, you don't even know the half of it. Monika gets teased, Sayori gets soaked, Yuri gets exposed, Natsuki gets teased, a bath with Natsuki, Natsuki's extra special cupcakes, Monika makes the literature club fail No Nut November.
That is disgusting.
And this is just the first page of most viewed videos. Who knows what else is down there? I don't think The Bike had a full plan of what he wanted this story to be, and he was more making it up as he went along. I say this because there's an entire major plot line that is just completely forgotten about halfway through. That and the complete tonal whiplash between slice of life drama and prequel to Doom Eternal. This story could probably get its own video, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm not fucking insane. Not insane yet. This next one might change that. Alright, who is ready for another installment of... God, I wish that were me. In this story, Yuri asks MC to meet her at the school in the middle of the night. I don't know how they would possibly get in at 3 a.m., but sure. She asks MC what he thinks of her, and MC makes a grave mistake. He calls her a friend. So he says no, and then her next course of action is to immediately drug him. Like, she knew this would happen too. She had the syringe on standby while she waited for 6 hours. Just go to sleep, and it will all be over soon. Yeah, look at that. We've got our own Jeff the Killer here.
You're a pedophile.
MC wakes up, and Yuri starts talking all evil and scary. I kidnapped you. Okay, thanks for the explanation, Yuri. I wasn't exactly able to sniff that one out. I'm gonna be completely honest right now. This is a pretty boring story. Nothing really happens after this point, and it's just MC sitting tied to a chair while he tries to come up with a plan to escape. This doesn't mean you are free to leave. If you try to run away, I will catch you. Do you understand? Yes, Yuri. Good boy. S tier. I don't know how much longer I can keep my hands off you. Hey! I said I didn't want to talk about that one yet! MC is eventually able to draw Yuri's attention away by throwing her scrapbook in the conveniently located bedroom fireplace. He's then able to grab his pocket knife, cut the rope, and escape. Yuri tries to restrain him, but he tackles her to the ground and actually just beats the shit out of her. Dude, what the f***? He stabs her in the heart, which, okay, that seems a little much. Like, I get that she kidnapped you and shit, but she's also clearly mentally messed up. I don't know, man. I just feel like this wasn't the best course of action. Is this the best thing I've ever done? Or the worst thing I've ever done? What kind of question is that? How could this possibly be the best moment of your life? Yeah, actually, I get it. You would think that with the standards we've been given, that there'd be an infinite amount of interesting things to do with these characters. I did too, until I stumbled across the video, Monika loses her bow. I must say, you look atrocious without your bow.
Kill yourself!
So Monika wakes up one day and can't find her iconic bow, so she's forced to go to school without it. Now, any DDLC fan would know that Monika is nothing without her bow. She loses all of her authority. Monika is very scared that everyone is gonna hate her and want to kill her because of how ugly she is now. But to her surprise, everyone seems to not give a shit. I thought this one would be funny, but it's actually so fucking boring. The characters just stand around and talk about how pretty Monika is. And like, yeah, no shit, now do something interesting. Here we go. DDLC the love drug. You can't get enough of these things. Me when I see black tar heroin cupcakes. I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like this mod is really iconic, or at least the name. Which is why it's so funny to me that this is a significantly shorter story than Monika loses her bow. You know the drill. It's a normal day in the literature club until something crazy happens. I swear, you are so silly. Okay, that wasn't it, but that's just a funny line. So each of the girls come up to MC one by one and are just generally very kind towards him. When it's Yuri's turn, MC asks if she knows why Sayori and Natsuki have been acting odd today. Why single me out? Yeah, that's actually fair. Sayori legitimately acted completely normal in your interaction with her, so I don't know why. Oh, and yeah, this is a... God, I wish that were me. Anyway, what the fuck? Then all the girls start fighting over MC. I just wanted an easy day, but instead, I have to deal with this? Dude. Are you serious right now? Look what you have right now. Look what you have! He randomly picks Natsuki out and calls her a small pencil. Okay, I know I say a lot of bad things about this character, but MC, that was actually uncalled for. MC escapes the room and runs into Monika in the hall. He tells her about what happened and she apparently knows exactly what he's talking about. I mean, you could just make love with them. But what if I'm not interested? Isn't that the reason you joined the literature club in the first place? Aw, shit, Monika, you fucking got him there. I know MC is embarrassed as hell right now. So Monika convinces MC to just have the four-way, and all the while there's this sad-ass music playing in the background like it's the emotional climax of a movie. Dude, this is an 8-minute video. Alright, you three, line up. What the fuck? Alright man, I don't need to hear the details. The curse or whatever the girls had is now gone and they try to explain how they felt. My horniness was eternal. What a fucking quote. Could you imagine writing this dialogue and then just reflecting on your life? Like, what happened? So apparently, Yuri tells us that this all happened because she took some random drug a student was handing out earlier in the day. Back to B tier. What is this? The class of 09? You can't just be taking prescription medications from random people, Yuri. Are you stupid? Oh, and Sayori and Natsuki had them too, but I expected better from Yuri. Monika comes in and reveals that it was her giving out the drugs.
It was me!
Then they all run after Monika and presumably beat her to death. What a wholesome ending. This is kind of a stupid story. It's really bad, but not anything that would make me want to kill myself. I don't want to watch this. Okay, I did anyway, and I do in fact want to kill myself. I must be psychic! Dude, the title itself even says the mod is weird. Like, if this is what's classified as normal, then I'm terrified. The mod starts in the perspective of Sayori. Wow, that's quite a shakeup. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and Sayori decides to go over to MC's house to annoy him. She calls his name once, and when he doesn't answer, she immediately assumes that he's overdosed and dead. Bro, why? So she breaks in and starts looking around the house for MC. She goes to his bedroom door and breaks it down. She sees MC doing something weird, but it takes the video forever to actually reveal what Sayori saw. It was hair-raisingly tense, I couldn't take it anymore. It's later revealed that MC was doing the deed with Monika. You know, the act, the devil's tango, if you will. I don't think this was made by a native English speaker because some of the dialogue has pretty bad grammar or just doesn't make sense at all. I think Is This Door is one of my personal favorites. I was actually having a pretty fun time with this one until I read the line, because I never banged with someone before, and it was so cringy my atoms started to separate. I had to stop watching. When I saw a mod with a title like that, I just knew I had to check it out. Wow, I guess times really do change. What the hell happened to Monika?
That's a lot of Crunchyroll you've been watching. You're really taking advantage of that free verb try.
So basically, this story is about Sayori meeting up with characters from The Boys, a show I have never watched, nor do I have the desire to. But I do know what it's about, and yeah, this image is starting to make sense now. The story starts off with Sayori doing some black market trading in an alley. She's buying some Compound V, which according to her, will make her a superhero. The next morning, Sayori is greeted by iconic DDLC character, The Deep. This is a really funny image. They have some playful banter before she accidentally kills him. What the fuck? Okay, I gotta say, I'm loving the visuals of this mod so far. After this moment, the title card drops down like this is just some episode to a show. And the mod creator actually went out of their way to animate Sayori blinking. Sayori calls up her dealer to get help hiding the body. And it's not long before bro pulls up with the squad. They devise a plan to deal with the body, but they go to Starbucks instead. I don't know why, I wasn't paying attention. Suddenly, Homelander shows up. Oh, fuck. Then the single most badass music of all time starts playing as the group tries to get away. No, like actually, why the hell is this music so good? Sayori steps up to face Homelander, and an epic fight scene begins to play. Wow, I bet this would be really cool to watch. Too bad we only get a fucking slideshow. They kill him, and they all live happily ever after. Oh, wait, no, there's one more guy they gotta fight, I guess. We already kind of had this climax, guys. Just resolve this and move on. What the fuck is even happening? What? Okay. That's it, I guess. Honestly, man, this mod might be worth a watch. It's got a lot of funny jokes in it. Way too many for me to list. I mean it too. There were multiple points where I actually laughed out loud, which is pretty rare for me. My favorite type of comedy is when characters are really mean to each other, and that's like half of this mod. It's great. Alright, I think that's gonna be our last fan story. This video would have been a lot longer, but when I started seeing shit like this in my recommended, I knew it was time to stop. But before I wrap this up, there's one more question that every DDLC enjoyer must answer. Who is the best girl? I don't know, they all piss me off in their own special way. Definitely not Natsuki though, like what the fuck? Let's do a quick rundown. Sayori, pros, seems like a fun person. Cons, I could see her being a little annoying at times. Monika, pros, the least mentally ill. Cons, the least mentally ill. Yuri, pros, hot. Cons, a fucking bitch. Natsuki, pros. Cons, a fucking bitch. If we rank them all by looks, then by personality, and then average out the scores, we've got a bit of a predicament here. Okay, so it's really close, and I might change my mind next week. But I'm gonna go with Sayori. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like these fan stories. I mean, the whole point of DDLC is that it's not a fun world. These girls could never be friends and live normal lives. As the game put it itself, the literature club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. So having these stories where the girls are hanging out and being best friends forever kind of contradicts the original purpose of the game. And who cares? It's not like it's the creator of the game swooping back in after a couple of years and changing everything drastically. This is all fake. You can just enjoy the original game and ignore all the fan stuff like I did for many years. Trust me, this isn't even that bad. In all seriousness, I love Doki Doki Literature Club so much. The story is amazing. The characters are so well written. Everything about this game, from the horror to the actual dating sim, is perfect. But it's all over now. There's nowhere the story can go after this. DDLC Plus will be the last time we see any official content with the characters in this world. DDLC is one of those things where I can reminisce about it and have fun. But then, out of nowhere, I get this feeling of genuine sadness, knowing that there will never be anything else. I'm sure that we've all gotten this feeling about a piece of media that we really like. The same thing happened to me with Regular Show, Over the Garden Wall, popular MMOs, and tons of other things that would take too long to list. And that's why I like these fan stories so much. It's something else from this world. It's another chance to see these characters interact and mess around for a while. And even though none of it is real, and in the original story everyone's just ones and zeros anyway, it's still fun to pretend that these are real characters that have real lives and relationships. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way about this game. And even though a lot of these fan stories are bad or stupid or borderline not even DDLC, it all comes from a community that loves these characters and wants to see more. Sharing what they think would be a day in the life of these characters, or maybe just seeing how they would react to something happening. Communities like this can keep a game alive even though there's been no new content for years. When I look at these stories, all I can think about is how much love this game's fans have for it. Enough love to serve in the creation of countless stories from thousands of different people. Doki Doki Literature Club is a phenomenal game, but from its creation came something even better. A devoted, adoring, loving community. Now come on, let's go get your veggie burger. Ugh, I'm so hungry. That could work. This is good as hell. Where'd this even come from?
Hey Worst Trends, I heard you were making a video about the Literature Club and thought I'd send you one of my famous cupcakes. I made this one extra special. Love, Natsuki.
shit.